Oh, battery started. Hold on. Let's have a quick look. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Hi there, welcome to Number One Geek. It is I, Saz, and we're back. And that's been a bit of a break. Lots of issues going on, family-wise, at the moment. And just doing my best to get around all the little bits and pieces, but sometimes you have to take a break. Now, why has that burnt down? What has happened here? Well, let's have a quick check of the last of the crops here. Seems like our robot has stopped. She's probably going to leave my wife to come back down. It's a cold day today. What is it? 25th the 10th. Anyway, we're heading towards the diseased as well. I'm going to have a look at the old diseased bit. Right. Let's have a look at the map. I'll be honest with you, it's been 2 weeks. I'm not entirely sure what our plan was. We'll get this to the gas station. I think that'll be our first mission. And we're starting to park cars outside as well now, are we? I was dragging a load of cars back, if I remember correctly. I'm playing a game called Humanits as well. Now, I call it Humanits because it's better than Humanit Z. Even though I think it's supposed to be called Humanit Z. But I'm of a proper English sort of heritage. So I'm not going to count the letter Z as a Z. What kind of fool do you take me for? So I might do that Friday. And spend some private time with the map making process. Getting there though. I've pretty much got most of downtown sorted now, so it's just now a question of smoothing things out and getting more rural as we move away from the centre. I think this is one of the, yeah. So those are the bad boys that we've been left. I hope it's on this side. Of course, it's the other side. There we go. Refill from gas pump. I haven't actually seen what's in the back of this van, to be honest. Don't forget, folks, if you can possibly press the old like button, just help with the old YouTube algorithm, I'd be very grateful. Comments also help as well. This is quite a thirsty van. Well, so now there'll be some cars up here. And of course I'm just going to bang into it. Instead of doing what I was trying to do, which is get round it. It's good nobody watches me in the early morning. I always do all the boring stuff before Chris comes back. I mean, it's great in the recorded stuff. I can do all this and just cut it out, so people get to see the exciting bit. People who are fans of Project Zomboid tend to be a different breed of person. If you're a patient Project Zomboid player, then you're more likely to survive. You're a little bit more flippant and wanting results, and then you tend to die quite quickly. Just saying. Now, when I reset this server, I certainly am intending on bringing Dicadam into the mix, because I have pretty much really enjoyed it, and I'm quite looking forward to being able to base up at Dikea. But I'll have a discussion with Chris, decide when's the best time for us to restart. Take the server in a new direction. Decide what mods we want to play. I'd love to put Snake's mod multiplayer wise, but it still doesn't work. Looks like this van's knackered as well. Oh, I don't... Okay, that's done that. Keep pressing F because that's what that new Humanits game is all about. Oh, I've got something to eat. Okay, have we picked up anything from the back of here? Some toilet paper. It's always good to have a dump. Some gas cans. Actual full gas can there. Nice. Anywho, I shall just jump into this van for a second. We're back in 2 shakes. Just need to make sure that the robot's doing all right. Right, yep, Archie's doing fine. It was good to hear. Right, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of a foot jog. Bit of a windy day today. A lot of crosswinds and stuff. Did I actually pick up my trusty hat? I guess I didn't. But I'm guessing there's one way to cool myself down. That's by running. Should I say heat myself up? Listen to me. Keep myself in the rosy glow of hard exercise. Now I'm kind of wondering if this car's actually working, but I've just put that to one side and gone for another car. It does look like I've put the key in there, haven't I? That's close enough for me to just get Chris to jump in the car with me and get, really. Take a little bit of a jog. Helps with the old sprint as well. The more you jog, the longer you get to jog for. Still haven't found my dead body though. That's the other problem. Now I'm pretty sure he hasn't despawned, but he may have walked out of the area because I think I took another 2-week break beforehand, and anybody who logs onto the server at that point, we've allowed time to continue. Did I just where's my sprint anyway? Alright. What I'll do is I'll grab the taxi, which I believe is the one at the front, reverse it back up and start towing the other one. Here's a taxi now. I'll tow the van. I'm getting there. One of the other options is you could actually take oh. Grab another car and tow it. Be like pulling teeth like this is, but what can you do? Oh, man. I may need to spend some time off off camera doing some more tree felling. And plank sawing. Right, so where am I going now? Well, the green areas are pretty much being looked at. But according to Chris, this is kind of the area where my body is, so take a look, see what we can do. There's one thing we need to do first, of course, and that's fuel this car up and have something to eat. Oh man, I'm so tired. So much has been going on in my life. Take a year to update you as to what the hell's been going on, but you know. Okay. I'm pretty sure that pickup truck's an absolute wreck, isn't it? As is that one. Waste not, want not. Now, if I remember correctly, I set off an alarm, didn't I? Goes to another of the groups of cars. Got me a sneaky pop. No, he spotted me. Let me look at the map again. It's fine, I'll do with you. The fireman's trousers are starting to show a little bit of issue. I'm not 100% sure where I am. Once again, because it's me. Let's see if there's any food in the gas station. Probably should connect a generator up here. As a stop. Oh, I hate licorice. Red licorice isn't so bad. Let me grab a spare water bottle just in case. And a couple of pops because I know that will actually feed us. Oh, speaking of feeding us, I might as well have one of those pops. I've got time to unload some stuff out of into my car here. So we'll do all these guys. My guy, one of these. There we go. Attracted at least one of them. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, one of them's wearing a cowboy hat. One of them's got a police hat on. And they're all walking away from me. No, they're not. Oh, they bloody well spotted me, didn't they? Yippee-ki-yay, Emma Neffa. Looks like I don't actually need to be here. This isn't where I want to be, is it? Why am I getting myself so lost? Yeah, it's up here, isn't it? It's not that bit. It's this bit. Damn it. Well, the alarm that I set off has obviously been disarmed or disabled. There we go. I might have to raid some of these houses here for some food, won't I? Okay. I'm not going to deny myself a meal. Man, I've got a corpse to find. Where are you? Oh, that's the trick that I used to try and draw. The zombies location. There's a lead pipe, which I assume I... Oh. Okay. Maybe, if truth be told, I have drawn a few people here. None of them look like my character, though. Oh crap. Must start looking out for some more metal bars, I think. There are two axes in the back of here. Which I'm pretty surprised Chris didn't notice. Okay, I'm just going to head back because I need a whiz. So, let's get myself to a safe point. Man, that whiz built up very quickly. But let's get ourselves into somewhere safe-ish. Safer than where I was, should I say. Oof, that's desperate. Okay, back in 2 shakes. This is a massive terror, I'll tell you that now. Whew, right. Let us get back to the business. We're killing some Zeds. Now, I know this large group's my fault. As I said, I set off the fire alarm, or the fire vehicle. To try and attract my corpse back. It didn't seem to work that well, to be fair. Right, we'll sort these guys out. I think we may have to just come to the conclusion, perhaps, that all is lost for finding my my old corpse. But, you know, killing zombies is what I do. Was this my vehicle? No. Okay, so the metal bar situation has suddenly become a little bit more serious. One second, did we drop something up here? Mm-hmm. I need to find a metal bar factory. That's what it is. Okay. We're in a school. Right. I can hear a lot of rasping going on in here. Okay, some kind of storeroom, that's fine. I'm going to draw him over here simply because I haven't had any zombies come flying this direction. Because they can hear from above you. Do you know what? I might actually take some of that bleach with me. See if I can clean up the area. Get rid of the dirty blood, if there is any. Someone's in there, goddamn doors. That shell suit, man. Attack of the shell suits, man. Whoop. I mean, there may be books in here that we haven't got. Pretty much doubt it. Knowing how hooversome Chris can be. Yeah, that may have been a mistake. Where do all these guys come from? Well, to be fair, one of those guys out there could be my guy. Okay. Do you know, they'd have probably started banging as soon as they kind of heard me, so yeah. The interesting thing is, I visited a school today. And see where my daughter was going. We're getting to that bloody point already. How did it come to this? Noises are getting louder. And that'll be the reason why. More shell-suited villains. Man, I'm going for nightsticks. Did I just do that? Honestly, sometimes me. Sometimes they even surprise me for my stupidity. So much rasping going on. Do you know what? I think I may retreat. It's more spacious and safer our environment. Alright, I'm hungry. Let's go check the kitchen, see if there's anything interesting to eat. Or at least in the way of satisfying. Pickles! For sure the food there is going to be rotten. Okay. Now, we haven't had an influx of zombies coming down these stairs, so let's stay cautious, but Sneaky, sneaky pop. Oh, yeah. Gotta love a good old sneaky, sneaky pop. Right, so we know the men's is clear. Wasn't hearing any banging in here either. Right. Yep. Right. Oh, no more. Now I'm sure the game makers get heavily criticised for bringing children zombies into the game. But it'd be a hell of a lot more realistic. I'm getting very hungry very quickly. Nice bit of canned chilli. There we go. Right, I need to find myself some weaponry. I don't think I'm going to find it here, am I? I need to take some metal apart, don't I? Do I have the items to do so? I don't have the welder's mask. Or a welder. Let's have another quick look in here, see if... I mean, I can defend myself with a mop if needed, but hey. Wait a second. I haven't checked those double doors at the back here, did I? Sneaky, 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 sneaky pop. Right. I need to be quick. Right, time to play some baseball. That's why to do with, isn't it? No, I know there's a whole lot by this school. My body could also be there. Interesting. Oh dear. I just had the urge to give up and do nothing. It's so strong right now. It's my depression, I know. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Pop. Probably broke his back there, didn't I? I think I just killed Velma. Wow, that was periodic blindness there. To be fair, his top was kind of very close to the same colour as the tarmac, but, you know. Hmm. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Pop. I'm going to count as a sneaky pop. Don't care what you think. I'll be honest. I don't think my guy's there. Have the key. Jesus, once again I'm hungry. Just seen a zombie go over there. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Bop. Didn't even see it coming, man. Oh, there's another one. Interesting enough, they kind of walked into those. No, I wonder if these doors have been broken open because of the alarm that I set off. So this door or next door. Or more likely there's a zombie lying down around here somewhere. That'll be them there. Oh, Fluffyfoot the bunny. And Boris the badger. Back into Shanks. Once again, my super small bladder is going off. Oh, looks like Boris is finishing himself up. I'm also just going to quickly close this window. Now it's a lot colder in here. Usually keep it on vent, but you're a little warm. I've also brought out the jalapeno peanuts as well. Num num num. Shouldn't really, but a ho. Right. The danger in your bed. Right, should I officially give up on finding my body? I'm kind of thinking yes. There's a lot more around here to discover. Apart from jalapeno peanuts. These areas up here may be of interest. The rest of this is mostly just urban areas. I mean, most city areas here. That's where the greatest reward is. But of course, that comes with the greatest risk. I think what I'm going to do, go back to the map again. I'm going to pop up this road here and check out what that is. Even if it's just kind of like a flying visit, if there's too many zombies there. At least get an idea of what it is. Oops, too busy looking at the bloody map. It's a church. Wow. Wow, I am proper fat fingering it all today, aren't I? Man. Well, of course, Chris is going to be in. Well, I say he's going to be here. He'll be here in around 10 minutes. And so let's head back. And then Chris and I can have a discussion about what we want to do from here. Because I'm kind of thinking we just kind of need to get ourselves set up to, well, really self-sustain. But I think we can literally just write off the fact that my character's gone. Yep. Really not concentrating today. Okay. Don't even know how to treat it, to be honest. Just yes, at least. Why wouldn't let me add more fuel? Actually, let's press the B button. Oh, I need cigarettes. Ooh, hello. I might actually be able to do a mildew cure. I wonder, is it a mildew issue? It's flourishing, apparently. did not know that you treated mildew with milk. Usually it's Dettol. Other bleach type brands apply. How did that happen? That's why they're bleaching. Put the tomato seeds somewhere. Two. Okay, I may have got a little bit overboard here, but whatever. Oh, those jalapeno peanuts burn so good. Potato. Let's make some radishes, shall we? Good. I actually got rid of the disease. Good stuff. The only problem is, condensed milk isn't exactly the most common thing that you get around the game. Sword magazine up there, why not? Let's put the trowel back. We need to start thinking about taking some trees down. That's my carpentry going. Once I've read the notes. Have an idea what I want to do next. Why am I so addicted to jalapenos, man? What is it? What is wrong with me? So, now we've put something down for... Ooh, that whole area in there needs a bit of a knocking down as well. Crossing of bridges. I think I will make sure, first of all, that I have a hammer, a saw, and a screwdriver, which I have. I shall slowly make my way onward to the housing. Let's start taking some double beds down. Now, if I go up to where our current fuel stop is, I suspect that we're going to find something there. Unless I've already done it. Let's have a look here, shall we? Well, there's plenty of furniture to take out. Grumble, grumble. It seems like I've already got here. Beating myself to it. Oh, Chris has beat me to it. One it though. One or t'other. Never mind. I'm sure there are plenty of houses in this street. Yep, done that one too. Balls. But nary a mind. Look at this sofa. The orange modern cube. Well, I've also found a use for cigarettes finally. Other than being cancer sticks of death. Oh, hello. $1,677. Let's see how much we get from here. That become, oh Jesus, 1857. Yoop.
Heidi ho.
Hey, Benji, right?
Yeah, not bad. You dismantling beds again?
Yeah, just trying to work out what to do next, to be honest. I've kind of given up on trying to find my body. That's what I spent the first 2 hours of today doing, trying to find it. So I'm kind of thinking that, how are we going to get something out of this? I'm thinking we need to base build. And once we base build, we then need to get ourselves like a set of temporary bases so that we can spread ourselves out. So once we're safe, and safety is always relative in Project Zomboid, we can work forward. The other thing I've been doing is I've managed to download a game called Humanities. Now, I don't want to call it the way that they call it, because I suspect that they want people to call it Humanity, but that's American, so no. I refuse. So it's either Humanit Z or Humanits, as far as I'm concerned. It's a new Zomboid-like game, and it also has multiplayer. I'm planning on doing a playthrough Friday. But because it's brand new, it's quite buggy.
When games are always deaf, honest.
Mm-hmm.
When they break every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I mean, I remember Rimworld when it first kind of came out. It was buggy as gold, all hell. You can get away with a lot of stupid shit there. Not so much now. I find I'm addicted to jalapeno peanuts.
Mm. Your poor missus.
Well, she's not exactly been the nicest of lasses recently, for women reasons.
Oh dear.
Soda.
Soda, she can put up with the side effects of the jalapeno pepper.
Absolutely. I will trump her out of the bloody house. I will. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. There's a zombie trapped behind the steps. As soon as I get to 7 in the carpentry, that'll mean I can actually start making decent fence posts. So, do you know anything about this Unity scandal?
Other than it was a really stupid idea by the company to do it.
I think that was a bit of a given, to be fair.
And it also seems like they had some very weird ideas of at what point people should have to pay this install fee.
Well, no.
Like if they just said it was like £1 million revenue in a year before thingy, I'd have been a lot less interested in the story. But the amount was just... It was the kind of thing an indie game developer is very likely to hit.
Yeah, and the worst thing about it wasn't profit, it was revenue.
Yeah.
Which meant that basically they were publishers going to end up wanting to take their cut. Steam want their cut.
Yeah.
And now Unity wanted their cut on top of it. And I mean, also the ones the mobile straight, freemium sort of model was never going to work under that particular way of doing it. Now, from what I understand, is they have made a retraction, and kind of said, yeah, obviously we weren't going out to destroy the Johnny developer who's literally just picked up a free copy of the game and has somehow managed to make a thing, and they've also stopped the retroactive fees, which I think was that was the, I think that from my perspective is like, yeah, well, now you've made a success, we now want your money, sort of thing. It was just like, oof.
Yeah. If they'd have said we're going to bring out next year Unity 2, or whatever version they're on, and they said the terms for this version of Unity will be this, wouldn't have batted an eyelid, because you've chosen to develop your product knowing that that's the
that is apparently you're going to have to that is apparently exactly what they've done now. Yeah. Now they've apologized for all the confusion and bullshit.
Yeah, but the problem is you now can't trust them.
No,
that they're going to keep to it.
Yeah.
When they hadn't done this, you theoretically could have said, look, these guys are likely to keep to their promises, because they had up until that point. But I also didn't like the comment that's been connected to the guy that's
the CEO. Yeah. The fact that anybody sells free games is fucking stupid.
No, it wasn't that one.
Oh, was it not?
No, it was worse than that.
Oh god.
He basically suggested people playing shooters would be willing to pay to reload their weapons mid-match.
Oh yeah.
By having a prompt come up on screen.
Yeah, a cent per bullet.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, no.
Look, he came from EA. You kind of know that's the sort of culture you're dealing with. So
yeah,
because EA aren't money grabbing hell spawn, are they?
It just shows you just how predatory these companies are, and it is predatory. That is purely being super predatory on anybody who's like, oh well, you're playing a game, and we're going to create a situation where you're going to need to spend money just to continue playing the game. That's the worst thing about gaming possible. Is the part of the world where it's like you're going to spend money.
The thing that interested me the most about it all was that apparently gambling was not, any sort of gambling was exempt from these fees. So the general thing is if you as a company say yes, loot boxes are gambling, then you are literally, if you put a loot box element into the game and say yes, this is gambling, then you could have perhaps got yourself past the whole nonsense just by admitting that the old loot boxes weren't exactly the best thing in the world.
But you would have had to have made the game free. And then had microtransactions for gambling.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be free, though, does it? I mean, you can still... I mean, if gambling...
It does, because otherwise your number of sales would have created the revenue. You have to keep the only revenue stream being from the gambling.
Oh.
Otherwise, they would claim that you'd made the money from the sale of the game, rather than from the gambling. So you would just, like I say, you just create the model so that the only thing you bought was keys to unlock your random items. Please, no game developers, take any of my statements as an idea of something to actually do.
Alexa,
it's a bad thing.
Down 0.8%.
Alexa, stop. Yeah, it was the only sort of thing that I could see anybody from the freemium market actually be able to, get themselves out of the situation. is literally by saying, yeah, loot boxes are gambling, which would have absolutely upset EA. Nobody's business.
Yeah.
So the lesson the
probably
big boys-
legal reasons they weren't allowed to say that they wanted gambling money as well.
I don't know, mate.
They're probably, there's limitations on what you're allowed to make your earnings from as certain companies. And I could very well imagine that they weren't allowed to.
Well, I would suspect that they'd be taking their tax before the government did, and the government probably wouldn't like that very much.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of that would be a reason why they wouldn't do gambling, is the fact that all the taxation is done by the government. So, but I don't know how American gambling laws work.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not just American gambling laws that have to worry about. Then it would be European laws and British laws that have to worry about as well. Where if they just say revenue, they can kind of and exclude these things that are in some of our areas considered illegal.
Mm-hmm.
It might even be the various Asian markets, because I know there's several of those where it's actually illegal.
Yeah.
To make money from gambling.
And the other thing I've been a little bit perturbed about, not generally because of the reasoning, but of the severity, which is the armed police officer that's been charged with murder for killing a person in the car. Now, granted, the person was unarmed, the person was shot. There's probably no real reason why the firearm should have been discharged, but it has. But whereas I'd be kind of like, well, this is a police officer that's trying to do his duty. If he's made a mistake, knowing that he's in charge of something that could kill something, surely it's manslaughter, not murder. Because murder generally tends to be the intent to kill, whereas
now,
it's more along the lines of where manslaughter is that you are in charge of something that can kill, and you have been irresponsible in using it, and it has killed.
I think there's a very I don't know anything about this particular case, by the way.
That's fine.
I haven't heard anything about this case.
Would you like me to explain it to you, so you have a little?
No. I'm just going to use it. There was there was an article I was reading some time ago, sometime relatively recently, and apparently there's a very nuanced determination to split between the manslaughter and the thing, where if you should have known your action was likely to cause death, it can push it up into that next category.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it means you can get a murder charge for recklessly driving a car, where your intention was never to murder somebody, but through your actions, the likelihood of that happening was quite high.
Mm-hmm.
And it may be that he falls just onto the edge of that category.
Well, see, the problem being now is about 1,000 officers have handed in their arms license.
Yes. I like I say, I know nothing of the case, but I had heard that there was a lot of police officers handing in their...
the case is I wouldn't say interesting. It's heartbreaking, I think, is the term. A guy was driving around in his car, and I suspect it was a case of mistaken identity. Apparently, they thought there was someone running around with weapons going around, and literally, the person who is now committed murder fired one discharged his thing once and shot the guy in the head through his car.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at it from a due diligence point of view, is that the guy never even got a chance to get out of the car or anything. You know, they didn't. You know, this is a situation where that person didn't have the opportunity to surrender to the police.
Yeah. But you also, in certain circumstances, can't wait for the opportunity for them to surrender. You know,
It's almost the question is that if someone got swatted, right, and the police shot the person, despite the fact they were completely unarmed, they were completely, you know, would that officer be a murderer because that person was innocent? It seems very after the fact sort of situation.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know the full situation, but I mean, obviously, it's a horrible, horrible situation for everybody to have been in, especially the guy who had a bullet through his head. You know, it's you know, he must have been horribly confused by the whole situation before he died. But
a big part of the problem for me will depend on what that officer knew when he discharged his firearm. Because if that officer had been informed by command or wherever that that was the vehicle that the person was in and that person had done something terrible. Now, that was obviously an error.
It was a
but
case
if
of
that's what he's been told.
Yeah, it was a case of mistaken vehicle, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He drove a similar vehicle to the person who actually committed the crime.
Then. For me, then it's more manslaughter because
But they also
yes,
think
he intended to take the guy out. But that's because he messed up in airing that was the wrong person that he was trying to take out.
I mean, we can armchair it as much as we want to. I mean, it's a horrible thing that happened, but I'm just generally just of the thing of the point with armed police officers is that if they have to get involved, then there's always a risk that someone's going to get accidentally shot. And I think the thing that I almost sympathise with a lot of the armed police. My next door neighbour's an armed police officer. I also have a word with him about that myself, see what he thinks. But what worries me is that, you know, it becomes that if you're an armed police officer, you are pretty much being made a scapegoat for any sort of mistake that's been made in the processing.
Yeah. The thing is, for me, it depends whether it's his mistake or their mistake. If they told him the right vehicle and he picked the wrong one, that's one type of mistake. If it's he was given the wrong vehicle and that was the vehicle he was given, that's a completely different. Then he shouldn't even be getting. You know what I mean? That's completely on us.
Yeah.
Circumstance.
I also feel that this officer is kind of also been a victim of the recent thing of a lot of police officers being caught doing naughty things with women, sort of thing. I mean, there was that police officer that used his warrant card to rape and murder that one girl. I've forgotten her name now.
I think you're probably right, and that the police are.
Now, the thing I haven't told you
publicly, like, yes, we'll charge him, send him to court, and let the court decide.
Yeah. Now the other thing is the guy was black as well, so there's always a certain amount of delicacy.
Yeah.
In that situation, you can't make assumptions. Now, of course, his family want want someone to pay for what's happened because, you know...
And like I say, if the officer was given that car as the car that was a danger, then the entire discussion is literally, was he right to fire at that time?
Well, exactly.
It's not a mistaken identity case at that point. It is... There was a mistaken identity, but that's not why he was shot.
Yeah. Pretty much like the whole Russell Brand situation, it's now a matter of the courts to decide. We can armchair it as much as possible. I mean, even Ruth has been saying, "Oh, have you heard about all this Russell Brand stuff?" And I said, "I have, but I'm not going to talk about the Russell Brand stuff because the simple fact is we've seen too many bloody we've seen too many times where someone's been accused of doing something. I mean, Johnny Depp for being the prime candidate of it. That it comes to the point where you kind of need to go for the process before you can make it. Yeah,
we need to follow it.
And I'm not going to. As controversial as Russell Brand can be and is, and where there's situations where I don't quite agree with him and his opinions, you know, that doesn't mean that I automatically believe that he's a rapist. I can't do that. I have to give him the benefit of the doubt because the fact is, in this country, I don't know why everyone seems to forget this, is that he is given the right to be innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah. It's like there's a particular YouTuber who's talking about his case at the minute.
Oh, so go on.
Not like right now, but at the minute. And he literally goes, "Look, I like him as a person, but there are questionable things in his past.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether there is anything criminal, you know, he has done
criminal or questionable.
Very questionable things. Which he is going to, you know, it just all depends on how you read the allegations, how many of those allegations are actually based on those things he has done, and how many, you know, and whether they reach a level that is criminally chargeable.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing is that the thing that I totally object to is the fact that apparently a British Commons committee, or apparently, have been asking YouTube, TikTok, and all that lot to ban him from being able to monetize his stuff. Sorry, innocent till proven guilty. Yeah.
Not only that, right? If the woman had, if the MP had said, right, we're putting you on notice that these people have made allegations against him, and that if he starts talking about them, you know, he's talking about potentially a case and witness like tampering and stuff. Please do not let that stuff go out. But that's not what she did.
Yeah.
Right? And the best bit about it was, and for me, the far bigger issue, it's not the allegations against Brand, but the allegations against Channel 4, and which Channel 4 are like glossing over about this, and the BBC, because Channel 4's documentary basically said Brand was a BBC star.
Right.
Completely neglected the fact he worked for Channel 4 for quite a lot of time.
Channel 4's a fucking scumbag outfit anyway.
Yeah. But apparently, I don't know if it was the BBC or Channel 4, but one of those two organisations had a internal memo that basically said, don't hire any female staff to work backstage with Brand because we don't want a lawsuit.
Right.
And it's like, that's where the problem is. If he committed a crime, then he needs to be dealt with correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But much more of an issue is if there's an organisation going,
That's covering up his
"Well,
actions.
we know he's likely to do these kinds of things, so we'll just cover it up or take preventative measures." That's the problem.
Well, I know there's something to do with Lorraine Kelly that went on. That apparently he said something to her that made her feel uncomfortable, and she ended up leaving Twitter, or X as it likes to be called nowadays. Generally for and that's the other side of it. You know, is look, guys. Nobody knows what's going on here. Oh.
And nobody knows how much of it is hurt feelings and how much of it is truly horrendous activities.
Yeah, I may be in shit here. Oh, god damn it! I managed to get out. Whew. I just literally just let through a window blindly into a den of goddamn zombies. Don't know why I did it.
Because you like living dangerously.
Yeah. I think the only thing that Russell Brand has done with all this one is has spent one time to say that he completely refutes the statements. And he's not said anything else since. So...
But refuting the statements, and at this stage, that's all you can do. Right? Yeah. I don't have a problem with him doing that on his platform.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, these allegations were alleged on a platform. So it's not like these women have brought a case against him in court.
Well, I mean, the other thing is just how old these incidents are. It's like I'm not victim blaming at all in this regard, but I understand it may take a certain amount of time for someone to build up the bravery to do it. But was it like 6 years? And
I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, I think the 6 years was 6 years ago. Was the what's her name? The Scottish woman I was talking about earlier.
Lorraine Kelly.
Lorraine Kelly, yeah, on a show, but I'm not gonna get. Yeah, I'm not gonna get too far into it because I understand that. I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't want to be very much like with this police officer that's got there. I don't want to be on the point of, well, no, he has to be innocent because rah 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 rah. But the other thing, the only thing that I'm trying to say in both these cases is that both of them are innocent till proven guilty. And I'm getting more and more concerned that our society, our social media society, are spending half their time. I mean, as I said, Johnny Depp had 3 or 4 years of this shit, being labelled as a wife beater by the British media, with the scumbag papers and all those sort of people, and he didn't deserve any of that, as we found out once he'd had his day in court.
Yeah, and the thing is, the newspapers and all the rest of these have a duty of care to report any allegations that they can uncover about people, because that's how we catch the Jimmy Saviles and the like.
But Jimmy Savile wasn't caught, though, was he?
Well,
and that's the thing.
They were in the process of preparing to do one, but they never got it out in time. But the point is, those investigations and reporting on those investigations, that's fine, right? But that should now be the end of it until the court case.
Yeah.
Right? There are people who are saying that he did this thing, and that should literally be the end of it. A new person has come forward and said this thing. Should be all that's happening. And instead, what we end up having is constant diatribes about how this piece of information, if we look at it through this glance, then reads this way. It's like, no, that's for the court case.
If we just happen to read it a way that kind of like does our position. Anyway, I'll be back in a second, mate. I've just got to check on the old robot Hoover. And grab myself a drink. Ooh. Are you done, Boris? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever told you about Boris. Boris is our robotic Hoover, generally because Boris sucks. But he's been a recent addition to our family, and with my wife being as Scottish as she is, managed to get him for £30 second hand. Which, if you know how much robotic Hoovers are, pretty damn good bargain.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. 30 quid for a Hoover that actually does the work for you. Well, so, well, yeah.
To be fair, 30 quid for a Hoover these days is generally a pretty good deal.
Well, yeah. But a Hoover that does it for you. Man, what can I say? I'm impressed with him. That's the first time I've ever said that about anyone called Boris. Oh, I can hear zombies. What is the zombies? Are they out here? Maybe down this side? No, not that side. Maybe this side? So, my big stupid map has really progressed. Managed to get the downtown part of Pattern City all done. Just got to do all the outskirts and stuff.
But wear skirts?
Yeah, you do. You know you do. You do what Tammy tells you.
You'd have loved this weekend. The Festival of Thrift.
Nice.
What a bloomin' joke that was.
In what way? As in, like, everything was supposed to be cheap, but
yeah, £8 for cheesy chips, basically.
But
all
you,
the food
you
items.
but you live up
£8
north.
per serving. Exactly.
But you live up north. I mean, God's sake, chips are your staple. I mean, you're not kind of going to get into my wife's territory where everything's fried, but I mean, come on.
The point was a festival of thrift,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just full of expensive food stalls. It's like there is absolutely nothing thrifty about this whatsoever.
There's so much irony. Is that what you're saying?
And people trying to like pretend that they're environmentally friendly. Yeah, whilst they're travelling all up and down the country in
BMWs. Yeah.
BMWs and oh, Tarquin likes wearing this nice jacket we've got him. It's made of sheepskin.
Is it now? Did the sheep need its skin at the time, or what?
Yeah. It's bad, man. It was just.
Oh, the sheepskin was bad, was it?
It was bad.
Yeah.
Bad to the bone. No, the entire event was just terrible.
Mm.
And it was £10 to park.
Oh my god!
Even though they held it in the town centre.
What? So they privatised the parking?
I don't know, because I never went round the back. But they basically, there's a whole load of roads round because it was held in the town centre and in the park.
Mm.
So there's like in the town centre of Billingham, there's a big park.
Yeah.
And they basically made it illegal to park on any of the footpaths, like any of the roads around the park, where people are normally parked. But there's massive car parks at the back of the town centre.
Oh, they stuck the police cones out, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, well. See, the thing is I often wonder about that one with my disability badge, because I know that I can watch, I can park 3 hours on double yellow lines as long as it's not causing an obstruction. Same with
have curb markings.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's got the curb markings, you're not allowed to do it.
It depends on the council, apparently.
All right. As far as I'm aware, if they've got the two dotted yellow bits on the actual curb, you're not allowed to park on that bit of road.
Yeah. Well, either way, is that I haven't really ever found any sort of legislation that says if police put the cones out, whether a disability badge trumps that or not. So I'm kind of thinking not, but
yeah. They had closed one car park in the town. Well, I say closed. They'd taken over management of it.
Right.
And they were directing anybody with a disabled badge to that car park. Which was okay, because it was like one of the better places to park. So if you were with a wheelchair, it wasn't badly located.
Well,
and you didn't have to pay.
Well, that'd be nice. Perhaps I should have gone with you then.
Oh, I didn't pay. I walked.
Fair play.
Paying £10 to go into my own town centre? I don't think so.
To be fair, the whole point of me actually getting into town centre would have been a little bit of an issue.
You see, Billingham town centre you'd be fine with most of the time because there's nobody ever there. This particular time, you wouldn't have liked it. There was thousands of people.
Seeing as I've never been to Billingham town centre, I wouldn't have liked it. Even if it was empty, I wouldn't have liked it because it's somewhere new, somewhere I don't know, and there's somewhere I don't know where my safety spot is. So I'd be like, no.
Be the Witherspoons.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Getting blind drunk does generally tend to help, but that's not entirely the best way of going about it, is it? Really?
No, but it's dead easy to spot.
Shut up.
It's one of the biggest busy. Well, it's one of the biggest still open units in the town centre. Because it's Billingham.
And Stowage ain't that exactly a massive difference. We basically saw charity shops, coffee houses, and Witherspoons. We've got two Witherspoons in Stowage, literally opposite each other.
We've only got one Witherspoons. And then there's the pub that people who can't go into Witherspoons go in.
Well, the funny thing is we have two different types of quality of Witherspoons.
Yep.
We have the Witherspoons that people go to, you know, like families have a meal and so forth, and then you have the Witherspoons that all the drunks go to for cheap beer.
Yep.
And they're literally opposite each other. And ironically, the one that is called the Checkers there used to be a pub there, and it was like a small kind of like more 1700s style oak fronted building. That place used to be where all the drunkards used to go to have a drink at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So they took over a place called the Checkers, but opened another place opposite it where all the people who like to get drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning always go. So yeah, there's a certain amount of interestingness. Interestingness, is that a word? I don't think it is it?
It is now.
It is now. Yeah, I've made it up. I've gone Shakespeare.
the good old Shakespeare.
Yeah.
No, that was actually the name of a pub my dad got told to leave once. It was quite hilarious.
The good old Shakespeare.
Well, no, it was called It was just called Shakespeare.
All right.
Yes, he got told would he the F word off.
All right.
Because all the customers had run away when they saw him enter the building. Because they thought my dad was CID.
Why would they think your dad's a Rosa?
Because he was dressed in a suit because he was coming from court.
Right.
And he'd ran into a friend in town who was a security guard for Marks and Spencer's.
Okay.
So he was on his break
from
Marks and Spencer's, and obviously my dad had a bit of time before he had to go back to court for whatever reason. So it was like, do you want to go and grab a pint before thingy? And they met up literally outside this pub.
Right.
That neither of them had been in before, but it's a little. The best way to describe it is, you know, the hole in the wall type pubs.
The ones that used to have takeouts as part of their. Yeah, they're that old that had takeout hatches.
They've got like one window on the front and a door.
Yeah.
Little tiny. What would be called a micro pub nowadays, but back then they weren't that fancy.
Pretty much. Well, yeah. What you're saying is pretty much most pubs in Glasgow, really.
Yeah. So he walked in, and there was pints sitting on the tables, but not a single customer. So they ordered the drinks, and they sat there, and my dad's going, thinking, it seems really quiet in here, and all the rest of it. Dave's going, yeah, I see people coming in here all the time. I can't understand why there's nobody in now. And then obviously the owner of the bar, the barman who just served them, was like, will you drink your drink and F off? And basically what had happened is the patrons of the pub were a particular type of clientele. And they'd noticed my dad walking around the town in his suit with this security guard and then come into their pub. And given the fact that their clientele was basically the shoplifters of the town, when a guy in a suit and the store security guard comes into the building,
right, yeah.
So the barman's like, "Will you off? I'm losing trade." But it's where they went to do all the trading of all the stuff they stole.
Yeah, we generally tend to call those the Birmingham back street lot. I mean, Birmingham has a gun quarter, for God's sake. There's a jewellery quarter, a gun quarter, a Chinese quarter, a gay quarter, quite a few other quarters, but nobody ever
Somebody
thought.
forget to tell them
Yeah.
there's only 4 quarters.
Pretty much. It's like, oh yeah. All right. How many? Eight quarters are there? Okay, fair play. Don't you mean that might be the gay eighth, the gun eighth? Unless, of course, quarters kind of like the I don't know, like hold no quarter sort of thing. That sort of version of quarter, but. Yeah, it just seemed that there's more quarters turning up than you know each time. But then again, Birmingham doesn't have any money anyway, so what? Who am I? Who am I to criticise them and their bankrupt arses?
Maybe they mean quarters like prison quarters.
Yeah. Section, yeah. I mean, yeah. They do mean section, but it's just like you can be facetious, and
That's always the fun way.
but it is, yeah. It's my favourite way.
The only way that matters is the correct way.
Which is always my way. Oh. There's a guy with an axe in his back.
Wasn't me. I'm still holding mine.
That's fine. I'll just grab it for you. So now you like your axes. I'm just here to disassemble large fancy beds. I think we're just going to finish level 7 in carpentry here. Not quite. Okay.
I've just been clearing out the zombies on the rest of this street, basically.
Mm.
Not to say that they won't just come back in 5 minutes, but you know.
Oh, yeah. They do tend to home in on the players. There we go. Carpentry 7. Do you know, I've not found a police car on this map that's actually of a decent quality.
Hmm.
Have you been watching my mod tour?
There it is. Just dying right now.
Okay. Stop it. Where are you when you died? I'll come and kill you and grab you.
I haven't actually died yet, but it won't be long.
Are you infected? Are you?
I'm bitten in about 5 places. So I'd say pretty much certain.
Hold on.
I'm heading back towards the fire station, basically. And I don't think I'm going to make it very far. Oh, thank you.
My pleasure.
Didn't help because I'm still fighting a horde, but okay. Stop me from dying immediately.
At least you have a fighting chance. That's the important point. Oh, we've got the cops and robbers incidents here. check this police car. It looks a complete load of crap. Usually is. Yeah, it's all red. There's no point in that. Do you need me to come and help you, by chance?
I
I don't even know where you are. Well, actually, I do, because I've got the map. I'm like, I can see where you are. Well, you're just down here, weren't you? Okay. I'm coming!
I'm probably not very far from you at all.
I'm coming!
The zombies are all dead now, but...
I'm coming! You just appear by the fire truck. Hello.
Yeah.
Seems you're dressed like a fire person. Why not? Let's check this. Let's check this thing out. I'm in serious troubles. Breaking into this car. Oh, for F's sake, come on. Oh, come on, this is becoming a joke now. Come on. There we go. No fuel. It's a piece of shit anyway. Don't know why I even bothered. Right, I'm gonna head home. Are you coming with, or are you wanting to stay and die-ish? I can't believe you're actually thinking about it.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm trying to remember where I just put stuff so I can take the bits I care about with us.
Alright, it's fine. You take your time. That just means I get to eat more jalapeno peanuts. So, you do you, boo-boo.
I'm wondering where the zombies are coming from.
Oh, it's the house over the road. I'm wondering where I left the car.
I think it was near the firehouse.
Yep, I'm just by the fire department now. There are your blares. I will drive the car to the firehouse. I shall also crash into the lamppost.
They move those lampposts.
Bloody well do, don't they?
Have you watched From?
Pardon me?
Have you watched From?
Who's he?
It's a series. Well, 2 series.
No. Would you like to give me the premise?
It starts with a family in an RV. Basically, you know the old trope of they get off the highway and get lost. type thing.
Yeah.
And when they try to leave the town, they then can't leave. They like get to this town and then they can't leave it.
Okay.
And there's creatures that attack you in the night and stuff.
I haven't seen that. No, that sounds quite interesting, though.
It is. I was a bit disappointed that I didn't care about any of the characters surviving.
Oh, well, they're all insufferable arseholes then.
No, it was just that they didn't really. They didn't make me care about them. I don't know whether that says something more about me or something about the writing not being quite as good as it could have been.
Oh yeah, but don't forget they're having a strike right now, so
yeah,
that
well,
means that means they deserve more money for what they do. So yeah, you know.
I don't know when the series came out actually.
Comes to the point where ChatGPT can actually write better fucking scripts than most people.
2022. And it was written by, I don't know what it was written by, but it involved the people who did Lost.
Oh, right. Okay, so let's make it up as we go along. Mystery box.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it is like properly scripted and how much of it's just terribly unscripted.
Has Kurtzman got anything to do with it? So he pretty much has ruined everything to do with Star Trek right now. So
it was created by John Griffin.
That sounds very great. Is that not the Game of Thrones go? Well, one of the Games of Thrones go. It did really well adapting all of the original material, but when it came to actually finishing it off themselves, fucked it completely right up.
I don't think so. I think this might have actually been his first thing,
Right.
as a producer and stuff. But he was a writer for the series that's coming out, being Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
Another one called Creator.
They're actually doing a TV program for Magic the Gathering.
Apparently.
All right.
And he's written for Twilight Zone before, but only one episode.
Well, one part of an episode, isn't it? Usually split into three stories and stuff.
Yeah, there's a thing happens right at the very beginning of it, and it basically made me not particularly care whether like 90% of the characters survived.
Yeah.
Because it immediately made me go, why the heck does any of these people deserve to live if they couldn't like do the basic things?
Oh, they're not proper human beings, are they?
Well, they're proper they're supposed to be proper human beings, but it's kind of like there's like the superest of plot holes in their action.
Right. Okay. So basically, what you're saying is that you question everything that they're doing because it doesn't seem the right thing to do, and therefore you think, well, if you get negative consequences of what you've done, you fucking deserve it, mate. That kind of it.
That's the first episode. Slight spoiler. The beginning of the episode, you see these people heading into town, and at the same time, you see the people in the town. So the town's like like a 1970s, if not earlier, middle of America type town. You know, with a motel and all the pretty bits and pieces. So you're just like, oh, all right, just weird old school Hills Have Eyes type town series. Cool, great, okay. And then it's getting dark. And they're basically like ringing the bell and saying, everybody go home, get home safe, stay inside when it gets dark.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I'm thinking werewolf or vampire type series. Cool, great, yeah. And then there's this bloke in a bar, and the barman of the bar basically goes, you should be going home to your wife. And he's like, screw you, I'm staying here and drinking. Well, she's not going to like that. And I'm like, okay, so we don't like this guy? Okay, because he's obviously, we know there's something about this town because...
He doesn't like women, and everybody knows that anything that's written vaguely, remotely anti-female means they've got to be an evil person, because...
I'm talking more about the fact that people are being told to go home and get inside before the thing comes at night.
Yeah, right, okay.
And he's not bothering to go home to his wife. So he's leaving her to deal with whatever this thing is on her own. And you then go to her and she's got a young child. So you're immediately going, okay, he can stumble out into the street and die. Yay! This is going to be us finding out what the danger is him dying.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, right? No. Basically, his family dies.
Right.
And then they basically have the situation where the sheriff goes to this guy the next morning, because he turns up at home the next morning and like, did my wife and get yous all round to help her with something again? Come on, guys. And everybody stood around because his wife's body is like dripping down the walls inside the house.
Did you by chance die here?
At least once.
Is this your body here then? Because I'm trying to work out, number one, why there's a burnt part of the building here.
The burnt part of the building at the front.
Yeah.
That's because the generator exploded.
Oh, it did. And is this you with the oakwood floor? Was this somebody else?
Well, it would have to be one of us, otherwise it couldn't be here
Well,
this long.
it could be another person. I mean, there are
I
more
think
than...
it's you.
Me?
Not 100% certain.
It kind of does look beaded, doesn't he?
His hairstyle doesn't look like it would match mine. It does look very like yours. I'm wondering if it's when you fell off the roof.
Hmm.
You know, when we were doing roof work. Trying to get the waterworks working.
I don't remember dying, but just I didn't.
Yeah. So as I was saying, the sheriff goes, "I told you to screw the windows shut." At which point you go, "Why is there any windows left open in town?" Like, this isn't like it's happened once, something bad. You know.
Hmm.
Why is there a window that can be opened?
This is kind of everybody gather at the town hall and defend it.
Yeah.
Sort of situation, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I kind of could understand the mentality of them being in all the separate houses, but they're trying to live a normal life, like this thing that happens at night isn't happening.
Right.
that just doesn't.
That's
it
just
just didn't
stupid.
s-
If they all
Yeah, it
know,
just
if they all
didn't
know
sit.
something, if they all know something's wrong,
Yeah. And they all know something's wrong because none of them are from the town. They've
right?
all turned up the same way. You find out very quickly. They all turned up the same way. These people did,
Right.
just on different days.
So it's more lost shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all explainable. You don't worry, you'll find out later. No, we won't.
It is very Lost-esque.
Is it a Bad Robot production?
Oh, actually, no. I only said Lost because that's what a friend of mine said. It was like done by.
Well, it's fun if it isn't. No, that's not the point. Is because you kind of know what to expect from Bad Robot. If it's a Lost lot, you're going to expect shite, overly complicated.
It definitely was overly complicated.
That's what I find so funny about the writers' strike. It's like, we deserve more money. Well, maybe, but perhaps you could actually write something decent first.
The interesting question is the writers bad, or is it the producers that's the problem?
No, the writing's bad.
We'll be back in a bit.
Oh. The amount of times I've had to do this. Well, once it's done, it's kind of done. I'm going to have to build some battlements, though. I'm getting so much lighter, man. Oh man, I want the fast forward button. Give me the fast forward button. A few of these upgraded. we're doing under like 10. Oh, no, it's actually a lot more. It takes about 15, does it, to make a ladder? And the question is, can I start doing a gate as well? Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at carpentry. Double wooden frame. We're looking at 7 out of 6. Okay, so we just need the doorknobs, door hinges. Can't stand corned beef. I know you're northern, so you could probably enjoy corned beef.
No.
The wife loves it. I can't understand what's going on there. But then again, she does, you know, put her mouth around things that she, you know, probably shouldn't. So one can't complain.
Though one often does.
Mm. Nah, I don't complain about the dirty shit my wife puts in her mouth. But need to think about getting some hinges and stuff to start putting a gatehouse. So we can properly secure this place out. And we're doing alright.
Alright.
Even though I am knackered, so I'm going to do a rest for a while. My character's so knackered, I can't even run now, so... I'm going to have to go for a sofa seat. Hopefully, if I can rest on the sofa. Sure, I should be able to. There we go, rest. Right, I shall be back. Now I'm resting. So, I went to look at a school for Ella today. Can you believe it?
Time's flying past.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, it was a very big school, and the only thing about Ella is that she works best when she's got all the attention on her.
Yeah.
And it was a big, big school, and I don't think that she'd have got the attention that she needed for it. Despite the fact they were saying, "Oh yeah, we do all that," but it's like 140 students in a year. It's like, oof.
Wow. That's a lot of kids.
Well, they were complaining that they didn't have enough because of COVID. It's like, well, you know, I know they were splitting up between like, it's like 4 teachers and each one of them has a substitute teacher. So it's then really broken down to 50 students. But you think, well, if I'd have stuck with a substitute teacher all the time, what's she going to learn?
Do you mean substitute teacher or teaching assistant?
Sorry, teaching assistant, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah. Because a substitute teacher is basically just a teacher. Substitute teacher is
Yeah.
more of a classroom assistant in there.
Yeah. I knew what I was talking about, but, you know, it's just, don't expect everybody else to.
Just clarifying for
That's fine.
potentially our foreign audience.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I got 4 people watching this right now, and 2 of them are us, so I suspect one of them is probably just the wife just being very generous with her time.
Just cut you on mute.
Yeah.
Look, I listen to him all the rest of the time. While he's streaming, I don't have to.
Well, exactly. Well, to be fair, I have to listen to her all the time, so it's a fair compromise. But I mean, if you guys are watching and you want to say hello, please feel free to do so. I'm sure our bullshit is fun to be around, I suppose. Maybe. Those jalapeno peanuts are starting to play tricks in my guts right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and jalapenos, man. It's a love-hate relationship I have to say. I love jalapenos, but jalapenos do not love me. It's always sore in the morning. Time to have iced toilet paper.
Iced toilet paper and iced toilet seat.
In an air-conditioned room.
For others' benefit.
Yeah, with the amount of heat that's going to come out my arsehole, I can imagine, yeah. Oh, I'm actually running out of nails. Box of nails. Get that 100 out. I mean, usually I do all this off camera, but I think right now I can't really think of stuff for us to do. I mean, we can go to a house. House is nice.
Might have to play something else for a while.
Yeah, it may end up being that case. Yes, might have to go back to Space Engineers. Because I have been thinking I haven't played that for a very long time. And after all this time, maybe that mod that kind of killed it for us has actually made the changes it was needed to stop it from killing it for us. Maybe we have to start. I mean, what I'll probably end up doing is taking a look at the server and get it prepared. I mean, one of the things I'd like us to do is once I've got the map sorted out, that we go and play that for a bit.
Yeah.
Just to promote it so people will download the shit. So
there's a new update for Project Zomboid coming out, isn't there?
there is. It's NPC mod. Well, NPCs are going to be there. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to incorporate some of the mod that had NPCs in it, but I think it's probably going to be more animals as NPCs rather than human players, so non-interactive so far, and then maybe like human beings are going to get added in later. But I think it's hunting. It's more of like a hunting mod rather than an NPC mod right now.
Right. I saw that apparently there's going to be basements.
There is a basement mod.
No, actual. I saw a dev story note thing.
Oh, I don't doubt it, because they're trying to move it from being one level to multiple leveled.
Yeah.
Because one of the things is you can't spawn a vehicle on anything but level 0, effectively. If they're taking the, I mean, to be fair, a lot of the mod stuff does get almost incorporated into this game.
It makes sense, because you find out what mods are getting the most attention, and that's what features that most people are wanting to play the game with.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, as long as they're not doing it the Space Engineers way, and then not acknowledging the guys that have actually done the work.
Yeah, that's just a particular person, isn't it? So, old Marek doing his usual Marek-esque things. Unless he's been called into the Russian army. I haven't really kept up to date with Space Engineers, to be honest, because it's never really been a big shooter for me as a streamer. I mean, we've had fun with it together, and I've had fun with both Ice and Jam Doggy with it as well. You know, it's always been a good fun game to play as a a mixed endeavour. But it's not really been a massive hit for me as a streaming thing. Not sure why. But hey, whatevs. Might end up asking Coda Ninja to see if he can do a multiplayer version of Stardeus. Because I've noticed someone recently has been playing it.
Yeah, well, it's not a bad little game. I have to say, I enjoy its rimworldness.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the major reason why I was asked to cover it, really, was because I was doing the RimWorld Space mod before it broke.
My cryostasis chamber thing blew up this morning.
Did it? Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you got the what's it, the achievement.
I don't know.
You should have got an achievement for that.
A fire started and it took out the cryo chamber. But to be fair, I have that many colonists awake now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, what I find quite interesting about Stardeus is that it's not the colonists that you worry about; it's the droids.
I've got 2 shuttles.
Have you now?
Yeah. And the cargo chopper thing.
Yeah.
But I don't quite know how that works yet.
Now, if you don't have a cryostasis pod, then you're gonna run out of people very, very quickly.
No, I'll just force them to breed.
Clone them. Get to cloning.
Yeah, well, I want to get to cloning anyway for the protein.
Mm-hmm. It's always and another thing, isn't it, with Stardeus, which I quite find I find it quite amusing in that particular regard. It's just like, yeah, I need to get here, but first of all, I need to do that, and then. And the great thing is, go on.
I much prefer it now that they've added the researchy resources.
Yeah. Oh,
so it was a bit too easy the first time I played through.
It got that way. It wasn't that easy, trust me, at the start, but yeah, I see where you're coming from. Are you playing the beta then, are you? Or was some of the... No, okay.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm on bleeding edge, but I'm on... Because I'd seen you had fancy resources for research, and it was like, I want to see how they work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm basically up to tractor beams.
All right. Fair play to you. I mean, my major issue here that I have with Stardeus is that I only have a finite amount of time, and I need to keep everything within 15 minutes. So usually what I do is I play about half an hour and cut out a lot of the chaff.
Yeah.
But that only means that I only play half an hour a week. Because it keeps it interesting for me, I think, is I wouldn't want to play it all the time, because I think it gets a little boring for me. I really do want to find a new mod for RimWorld that I can attach myself to as well. I've done zombies. I've done the space one. The space one's not as good at the moment with the modern update. It's just not really working that well. And funny enough, next to my model making stuff, the RimWorld SOS one, save the station module, is my most popular. I get what, 200 people viewing it every day.
See, RimWorld's another one I haven't played in a long time.
Do you know what we should actually? How about we do a dual player RimWorld?
I don't mind, but I know last time we tried that it didn't work very well, but that was some time ago, and they should have got it working slightly better than that by now.
Yeah, because I know Whisperfire wanted to do it with me at one point, and we just never got round to it. But she literally had every single mod under the sun, though, so it's just kind of like, oh,
yeah.
How much do I have to download now?
Thing is, the trick with that game is to not have too many mods.
Yeah, have the specific mods.
4
yeah,
billion.
Yeah, just have the mod specific for the function that you want to have. I think is the way of looking at it. For me, anyway. Yeah, because the more mods you have, the more you're pretty much killing your memory, aren't you? So. Yeah, I hear you, mate. We've got about 15 minutes left, so.
Say I liked RimWorld, but it got to the point where I could either set the game up so it was so hard that it wasn't worth playing, or I was just blasting through it too quick.
I think the most fun I had was when I was doing it on Twitch, and I had a Twitch voting system added to it, so the viewers could either be either help me or hinder me, sort of situation. And there was one where everyone decided they were just going to be arsehole to me, and you know what, it was actually quite fun. Just trying to survive, just having your viewership just throw everything at it. But you know, most of the time it's generally that they want to see you succeed, especially if you put their names in there. So
yeah, they tend not to like to kill themselves.
no, they don't. No.
Yeah, the person who's been summoning all these things, right now he's the one that's going to die if they get summoned again. Oh look, he's not summoning them anymore.
Yeah, I remember what's her face. Have I really forgotten her name now? Let's see, what is wrong with me? Cross, that's right. Cross and what his name is now. The two of them just sat there and just ended up trolling me for the whole thing. It's just like, oh, fuck's sake, man. Funny, but it was still like, for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake, these views are going higher and higher. Stop it, please. Stop it.
Stop making me entertaining. Yeah. Right, I think we probably better start thinking about packing up for today. I'll continue this off server. I think it's probably the easiest thing to do. Oh, sorry, off video. I am nearly at the other side of the wall, so we're doing all right. Put a gate there. put another couple of things there and just follow it all through there. And we'll end up having a compound soon.
Mm. Then we can call ourselves the New Church of Scientologists.
Yeah, just have the FBI come and kill us. Like Waco. It's Waco, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Waco.
Mm. I found out that there's a mildew cure, which I managed to cure the tomatoes with using condensed milk.
Ah.
I don't know why, but apparently that's how it works. So if you see condensed milk, don't drink it. It's the only thing that won't go off, because milk will. And that's the other thing that works there as well. But for me and from Chris, just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you could possibly find your way to press the old like button, would be really appreciative of it, or pop something down in the comment section. It's a shame no one was going to include themselves in our conversation, but it's what we do. We talk, we play, and we do. You know, we make sure that the world's rights are written, and that's that. Oh, seen someone done that. Thanks, guys. And also wanna, if you are really seeing that, press the subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and you can change your mind at any time as well. Also, why not press that bell icon so you get updated every time I upload new content to YouTube. But that is enough from me and Chris. I think Chris was yawning like no one's business, and I'm getting a bit tired.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so let's end it 10 minutes early, and we'll go with that. Anyway, thanks guys. You take care. Bye bye.